Manila formally asks Beijing to clarify reports that it plans to build monitoring stations on Scarborough Shoal or Panatag Shoal, a sandbar within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone in the West Philippine Sea or South China Sea. Acting Foreign Secretary Enrique Manalo says the Philippines sent its clarification request to China on Monday. This is the Philippines' second request to China in the last few weeks, asking about the regional giant's reported activities and plans within the Philippines' EEZ. The DFA on March 10 said it sent a note verbal to the Chinese embassy to clarify the reported presence of the Chinese survey ship near Benham Rise, a continental shelf the United Nations confirmed belongs to the Philippines. Manalo couldn't confirm a Reuters report that the Philippines plans to formally protest the supposed plans for Panatag Shoal, but he says the Philippine government is awaiting China's reply before its next move. The Bureau of Internal Revenue files a 9.564 billion peso tax evasion complaint against cigarette firm Mighty Corporation and its executives. The company had allegedly used fake stamps on their products to dodge excise tax payment. The complaint was filed following raids of the Bureau of Customs, BIR personnel, and local police on Mighty's warehouses in San Isidro, Pampanga, yielding billions of pesos worth of cigarettes with fake stamps. Mighty promised to cooperate with the government. Mighty had denied the use of fake tax stamps and alleged that based on its own check, the BIR used faulty machines during its raids. The BIR pursued the case even after Mighty owner Alexander Wong Choo-king took the offer of President Rodrigo Duterte to pay the government 3 billion pesos, which is double the 1.5 billion pesos worth of Mighty cigarettes found with fake stamps. But the amount of taxes Mighty allegedly owes the government is more than 3 times as much. Duterte earlier ordered the arrest of Mighty owner for alleged economic sabotage, but the president's directive was not carried out since there were no pending charges against Wong Choo-king. Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre issued lookout bulletin orders against Wong Choo-king and his brother Cesar instead. 2 cabinet members hit Vice President Leni Robredo for her statements about the Duterte administration's war on drugs. Interior Secretary Ismael Sueno says the Philippines could lose 27 trade agreements with the European Union. He says the deals include a condition to uphold human rights. Sueno says, quote, "It means they will impose taxes on our products. This will make our farmers suffer because this will be charged to them by European countries as a sanction to the Philippines." The European Parliament earlier criticized President Rodrigo Duterte's push for the revival of the death penalty. Tourism Secretary Wanda Teo also appeals to Robredo and the media to tone down its reporting of extrajudicial killings to make it easier for her to promote Philippine tourism. Robredo, in a video message to the United Nations, spoke of summary killings being linked to the Duterte administration's war on drugs. Teo says, quote, "Statements like that make it hard for us to sell the Philippines." Interior Secretary Ismael Sueno says President Rodrigo Duterte is seeking to replace all village officials with his appointees, aside from postponing the barangay elections in October. But Sueno says this will be done in coordination with local officials and various sectors. This mirrors the proposal of the House Minority Bloc last year when Congress tackled the proposal to postpone the 2016 barangay elections. The Minority Bloc pushed for the appointment of barangay officers in charge instead of extending the term of incumbent officials for a year. Asked if a member of the opposition may be appointed to a barangay position, Sueno says, quote, "This is politics. How's that if you appoint someone from the opposition there?" Sueno adds that if the village polls will proceed in October, candidates may win because of drug money, which would hamper the Duterte administration's war on drugs. United States President Donald Trump warns House Republicans not to oppose his healthcare reforms in a key vote this week. Trump says Republican lawmakers could lose their legislative control of Congress if they do not vote to repeal and replace Obamacare this Thursday. For years, Republicans have promised to overturn Obama's healthcare reform, describing it as government overreach. But some lawmakers have balked at their own party's replacement plan. The stakes are also high for Trump himself, with the failure calling his political clout into question as well as his legislative agenda. Trump earlier said that tax reform, a goal of many Republicans, and reforming trade pacts depend on getting healthcare reform done. Victory would be a major boost for Trump's credibility, proving he can translate deal-making in business into deal-making in government.